Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily. I'm a soon-to-be first-year 4th grade teacher, and today's video we're just gonna do a little teacher tag, a first-year teacher tag, that is. So let's get into it. Okay, so I kind of have compiled a list of questions from different YouTube videos I've watched, different things I've seen on Pinterest, also things that like I would want to know personally from another first-year teacher. So that's kind of the questions that I'll be answering today. First question, how did you become a teacher? So I knew pretty early on that I wanted to be a teacher. That was like the immediate path that I took in college, and I graduated in 4 years, and that was just like, I knew that was what I wanted to do. And so my senior year, I started applying to schools in like January, February, earlier on in the year, and it took a little while for me to get my job, but the principal at the school that I student taught at here in my county, she knew of an opening at the school that I am going to be teaching at. And I didn't really know much about that school. I honestly didn't even know that it existed. But she put in a good word for me, and the principal reached out like the next day. And then that day I had my interview, and it was really awesome. I loved the staff and the administration. We just like really clicked really well. And so it was probably like 2 hours maybe after I left the school, and the principal called me and offered me the position. And that was like the Friday before spring break, I think. So yeah, it all happened like so fast. Like it was months and months and months of like not hearing anything, and then all of a sudden it was like boom, 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 I have a job. So that's kind of how I became a teacher. Okay, next question is, what grade will you be teaching? So I will be teaching 4th grade, like I said. I student taught in 4th grade. If you guys have been here for a while, you know that. And I loved it so much. And so when this job opportunity came up to teach 4th grade, I was like, yes, count me in. And if you watched my last vlog, you will have known this already, but so the school that I'll be teaching at, they departmentalize their 4th grade, meaning each teacher only teaches, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Each teacher only teaches like 1 or 2 subjects. So there's 3 people on my team. I'll be teaching writing. My team teacher will be teaching math, and the other one will be teaching reading. And then it's to be determined if we're teaching standalone science social studies or if we're just going to integrate it into our subject. So yeah, I'll be teaching 4th grade writing, and I'm super excited. Okay, this says, describe your ideal classroom. So this stuff is all going to be in my classroom. So this is like probably my ideal classroom, is like the orangey tones with the like olive green and things like that. That's like my ideal classroom. I purchased the, what's it called? I think it's called the Boho Rainbow bundle like decor package from Miss Jacob's Little Learners. I'll put it on the screen. But so that's where all my decor is coming from. So that's like my theme, and I've shared a little bit about it. But she also has one called, I think it's just called Boho Vibes, and I love that one. Part of me really wishes I would have done that one instead, but I'm just gonna stick to what I already got because I love it. But yeah, so that's like my ideal classroom as far as like vibes go. I think that's what that question was asking. Ideal classroom, like grade wise, 4th grade and 2nd grade are my 2 favorites. So probably like my dream scenario would be to do self-contained 2nd grade. So like teaching all subjects 2nd grade. That would probably be like my absolute dream. But I also love 4th grade, so yeah. Okay, this question says, favorite online resource. That is a loaded question, let me tell ya. Okay, I feel like there's 2 kinds of categories that I want to answer for this question, and the first one is teachers, like for teachers, and the second one is for students. So like my favorite online resource for both. For teachers, for me personally, my favorite resource is, I don't want to be cliche and say teachers pay teachers because everybody says that, but it really is like so great. I'd probably also say Slides Go. I'll put it on the screen. I heard about this in my student teaching and I used it like all the time, and it's basically just really cute Google Slide templates. And I think they're also, you can also do them in PowerPoint, like download them to PowerPoint, but I use Google Slides. So that was like my favorite thing, because I personally like to do daily slides, and so making them like cute and stuff. I know that sounds kind of lame, but I personally love making my slides really cute and like engaging and stuff like that. So I love that resource, Slides Go. It's awesome. I'd probably say for students, my favorite online resource, one of them, I guess, there's so many. One of them is called, I really don't know how to say it, Blookit. I think it's Blookit. I'll put the, how you spell it on here. And it's basically like Kahoot on steroids. It's like how I describe it. You can search any kind of topic that you want, or you can create your own. So you can play it as Kahoot, like it's not Kahoot, but like very similar to Kahoot, but it also has like tons of different games you can play with the questions, so that the students aren't just like looking at the question and answering it like you do in Kahoot. They're actually like playing a game and they have to answer the questions to advance in the game. And it's a great way to review, and it's so engaging for students. They love it. So that's definitely probably one of my top favorite student resources. Okay, next question is your go-to Starbucks drink. I love this question. I personally love Starbucks. I'm definitely a Starbucks gal. I do make my coffee at home most days, but I like to treat myself on Fridays to Starbucks. So my go-to order, it's kind of boring, but it's so good. It is a grande nitro cold brew, my fave, with oat milk if they have it, but a lot of times they really don't. And so almond milk if they don't have oat milk. Add 2 stevias. It's so good. I don't love all like the funky flavors and stuff, so doing just like the oat milk and stevia gives me that like little bit of sweetness without being like weirdly flavored. I don't know. It's so good, and I love it, and it's a lot of caffeine, which is a plus. This is also a loaded question. Favorite and least favorite thing about teaching. Favorite thing about teaching would probably be just the connections that you make with students. For me personally, my favorite thing is reaching those really hard to reach students. You guys know what I'm talking about? If you have a student in your class who just seems impossible and stubborn and never wants to stay on task, all that kind of stuff, being able to reach that student and like form a connection with them and a relationship with them, and seeing them grow and like start to like become more engaged in the classroom is like my personal favorite thing about teaching. And that's like, to me, what makes it all worth it, is reaching those students. Least favorite thing, I mean, we don't get paid a lot. We really don't get paid a lot. But I don't really care about that. I don't think that would be my least favorite thing. Maybe like the excess work you have to do outside contract hours, because a lot of people are like, oh, teachers have it so easy. They get home at like 3 and they have breaks and summers off. But nobody knows, unless you're a teacher, nobody knows the work that goes into being a teacher outside of our contracted hours. It is insane, and that's probably my least favorite thing, but that's just kind of what has to be done, I guess, to like be a teacher, is to like do all that hard work outside the classroom, because when kids are in your room, it's really hard to get work done, so you have to wait till they leave, and then you guys know the drill. That's probably my least favorite thing, is all of the excess work it takes behind the scenes, or maybe the way it's perceived. I don't really know, but yeah. Okay, this question said, when did you start applying to schools? So I kind of answered this already. A lot of schools will start putting out openings in like February-ish. Not a lot of schools, a little bit of schools. And I had a lot of job fairs in February and March. It's really discouraging, but schools really don't start like ramping things up until like the end of the year. Like now that I have a job already, it's summer, but like there are so many openings right now. So I started applying in like February-ish. I got my job in April. So I would say like do not like freak out if you don't have a job, because like one of my friends, she just got hired a week ago and it's summer. So like you will find a job. Don't stress about it. Just be patient and the right one for you will come along. The right school for you will come along. Don't settle. That's also a piece of advice. Nobody asked that, but I'm gonna say it. Don't settle on a school or a grade level or an area or whatever, because something will come along that is perfect for you. So don't settle for something less than what you feel is right, if that makes sense. So yeah, started applying in February-ish, got a job in April. But yeah, don't rush it, don't freak out. I literally wasted so many hours in tears and freaking out over nothing. So take my advice, don't do that. Just, it'll all work out how it's supposed to. Next question, what are the class sizes in your school? Since I've never worked there, it's my first year, I don't really know, but I think it's around 16:1 ratio, which is pretty good. It's kind of like what my experience was student teaching, was like 16-ish. So I feel like that's a pretty good classroom size. I will have 3 classes, so that's what, 48 students. Guys, you just like, if you're watching this, let's just take a deep breath and say a prayer for me, because I mean, I don't want to sound ungrateful. I'm so grateful, but I will be grading 48 students writing, which is not like a multiple choice thing, you know? Anyway, what classroom management strategies are you planning to implement? That's a good question. So my old school where I student taught had PBIS. I know that that's like pretty standard, I think. Let me know if your school does PBIS or if you know what it is. But the school that I'm going into does not have PBIS. So I'm still like trying to figure that out, because it is like 3 classrooms, like 3 teachers will really be working together with the same students. So we need to come up with something that like is consistent throughout the 3 classes, because we don't want to like, I don't want to do something and then send my kids to my team teacher and they're doing something completely different as far as classroom management. So we still need to kind of sit down and talk about that, but I love to implement something individual but also whole class. So something I really like to do is Miss Wickman versus students. I don't know if I've ever shared this before, but it's basically like a whole class incentive, and they get points if they, you know, are staying on task, following classroom rules, all that kind of stuff. But I get points if they are off task or not listening, things like that. And that has worked for me in the past really, really well. So I really want to do that. But we've talked about also like our team, our grade level, doing like 4th grade bucks. So like it's consistent throughout all the classrooms. So the students earn dollars and they can earn them in all of our classrooms. And that's like an individual kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not really sure, but there's also dojo, class dojo. I'm sure you guys know what that is. So we kind of just have to think about it a little bit. I still haven't met my other team teacher, so I'm not really sure what she wants to do. So we all kind of have to talk about it and figure out something that works best for us. But yeah. Okay guys, that wraps up this teacher tag. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below to my channel so you don't miss those videos coming up. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. You can ask those in the comments and I'll be happy to answer any other questions that you have. Maybe I'll do another like Q&A type thing. So put questions down there if you have any. Let me know. Go follow me on Instagram. It's at elementary.withemily. I'm posting a lot more stuff on there too. I post a lot of reels and stuff. I just think they're fun. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again, and I will see you in the next video.